All right, so I don't know how many people commenting, sending me links to debunk this video, along with two emails. I had two people email me. I had countless people comment and send me messages telling me to debunk this particular video. Not a problem. We can definitely do that. And I'm going to do it with some help from some friends of mine. So this first video, supposedly it comes from Bern, Switzerland, and it's some kind of cylinder, amazing orange UFO that just stood there and then took off at a high rate of speed. That's total fucking bullshit. And I mean, we could see it's like whoever did film this had to know that it was fucking a hot air balloon. I'm sure they could have seen it just fine, even though the quality on the camera can't see it. I'm sure they could. So I'm not sure if someone actually sent this into him or if he just found this clip, but if someone did send it and think it's a UFO, God, dude. There's a reason why we have gun laws, you know, from people like that. But our friend Scott Brando over at UFOs of Interest did a fantastic job fucking nailing this, dude. Bam, look at that. It's like handy water bottle company or something. It's just like a hot air balloon shaped like a fucking squirt bottle, like a water bottle. I've never even heard of handy before, but damn, what do you know? See, that's what's good about having people over in other parts of the country do debunking, or parts of the world do debunking also, you know, so there's shit you never heard of. Now this right here, this one is super fucking easy, but there's a couple different ways we could go about debunking this. Now he's talking about this lady seeing this flash, and he's saying there's this object that came out, like it's this triangle object, and all this other bullshit. But if we look closely and we pay attention, that flash is showing us something. It's giving something away. What is it? Can you guys figure out what it's giving away right now? Well, we can tell from other pieces in the of the picture that there's light everywhere that doesn't belong there. So what's it from? A reflection of glass, of taking picture through glass. So we can almost make out a silhouette of somebody taking a picture. So it could possibly be someone taking a picture with a regular camera, with like a DSLR camera, and the red indicator light or infrared on it could be bouncing back off the glass and being picked up, and so it just looks like a flash. So I think that's probably most likely it, but there's also the possibility that it is in fact red lightning. Now he might be too stupid to understand that there is a thing called heat lightning that is red. There's also a thing called sprites, which is lightning that shoots out into outer space. I don't know if you guys know that. It's a really fucking cool, fascinating phenomenon, but it sprays up like when a whale fucking blows out its blowhole, you know, that's like lightning. It like shoots up into outer space like a geyser. It's really cool, and they have red and green ones and shit, so it could be one of those. I think it's most likely just a flash from a camera. You can actually like see the silhouette, like the outline of someone like taking a picture. So most likely that's what it is. But he goes on to say how she saw this, and then she saw this black triangular looking craft come out and like fly away and then come back, and it's just like the whole story is obviously completely made up. Chances are I wouldn't be surprised if his fucking mom took this picture. I like how he sees this little shape right here. He says this is a triangle shaped craft. Right there, that little gray looking thing. He says that's a triangle coming out of the portal. Right there. That's a triangle. That doesn't look like a triangle to me. I mean, it looks like a round kind of shape and then like a straight line, but maybe I'm just crazy. Now this is great, because Tyler always claims that, you know, he just gets sent the footage, right? So he doesn't actually hoax it. Okay? We're going to fucking break that down and bust his ass out right now, once and for all. But I like how right here he's talking about, oh yeah, see the moonlight's coming down and causing a shadow, and it's bouncing off the ocean. Well, see, we know that's not true because of the angle. In fact, where that shadow is on the water wouldn't actually be there because of the moonlight. It would actually, prevent that shadow from being there. The shadow would have been in a different location. It would have been off to the side more. So we can look at the angle coming up. See, if you take the position of the supposed craft and this supposed shadow, they're not even lined up right. See, that's not where the shadow would be. Even if it was supposed to be further out away in front of you, then the object would have been further back. It would have been much smaller, farther away. I don't even know why he flips it to the negative right here. You can't see shit. What the fuck are we looking at? This is a white screen. Fucking dipshit. This fucking kid's so stupid, man. Now, this is what's really sad, is everyone says, oh, he just gets sent footage. He doesn't fake footage. Well, I'm looking at this craft right here, his TR3B, and it reminded me of something, and it took me a second, but then as we got closer in, I'm like, holy fuck, I know exactly what this is from. This is actually a hoax from another one of his videos. Look, it's the same object. You guys remember this object from the video on the dash cam of the black triangle flying over? Look how everything lines up on it. That's fucking amazing. Like, that proves 100% that he takes his old footage, his old stuff, and will repurpose the fake UFO that he put into him for several different shit, just like fucking Third Phase of Moon does, where they'll use the same UFO for different pieces of footage. Look at that. Totally fucking nails it, dude. I mean, how else do you fucking explain that? You know, unless somebody else had the same digital component that they were adding, you know, the same kind of fucking craft that they were putting into videos and shit. You see, Tyler is like the dumpster diver of the UFO hoaxing world, where he will just, whatever trash he can gather around, that's what he's going to do. He doesn't there's no production value in anything he does. It's pure fucking crap. And like, you take like Third Phase of Moon, basically he, you know, started out like trying to say, oh yeah, Third Phase of Moon is fake and we only put real shit, but he's always just put bullshit on, you know. And but he basically tried to just steal Third Phase of Moon's idea with their clickbait titles and shit and their fucking thumbnails, and you know, it's just he's fucking like fourth rate trash is what he is. All right, you know what gets me is all the people that actually believe him and believe his fucking third rate bullshit, dude. It blows my fucking mind that Third Phase of Moon and Secure Team 10 even have subscribers. Like, how the fuck do you guys even have subscribers? I mean, apparently there's 800,000 morons out there who are like, oh yeah, this is, I mean, like Third Phase of Moon. What fucking asshole in his right mind is looking at pictures like this and saying, oh yeah, that's fucking legitimate. That is definitely, that happened. I mean, fuck, dude, you know? I mean, who looks at that saying, oh yes, this is definitely believable? You know, Secure Team 10's fans believe that shit, you know? There's such fucking morons. It's like, I'm sorry, apparently, you know, fucking Cthulhu has come down to fucking destroy planet Earth, and someone got a picture of him in Tennessee. That's what fucking happened. Give me a fucking break. I mean, what fucking dipshit retard in their right fucking mind believes this shit? Anyone who comes over to my channel from Secure Team 10 saying, oh yeah, you're jealous. Yes, I'm fucking jealous because I believe that was a real photo of fucking Cthulhu. Yeah, that fucking makes sense. All right, man. So let's go over some other ways that we can debunk hoax and fraud fucking UFO pics and videos and stuff. Now, has anyone ever seen these photos before? These ones got me when I was younger, and I thought they were the coolest thing in the world. I was like, oh, definitely fucking UFOs. Look how cool it was. Now, one of the things that hoaxers use is not just the photograph, okay? But the same thing as Tyler uses is stories, telling the story with it. That's what sells these things, all right? If you didn't tell the story, then these things, people are like, yeah, whatever, it's fake. But you give a good story, they're like, oh, okay, all of a sudden they believe it. They're like, these were photos taken in the 1970s by this general in the military. That makes it sound like this is legitimate, you know, like fucking it would, you know, make people get interested in it. And instead of looking at it realistically, like, okay, what could it be? But there's little tricks that we can do to help us figure that out. I mean, one, now look at what's going on there. It's got a bunch of steam, a smoke, or fog or something around it. So we keep that in the back of our mind. You see all the lights? We got to keep that in the back of our mind. You know, like we have to always keep those thoughts there while we're, you know, experimenting and looking around. Now, if we put this in like pixeler or auto pixeler, and we start adjusting the light and the contrast, all of a sudden we can see that this isn't outside, that it's inside. This is in a room somewhere. And then you can see something in the background right next to it. And it's like got these little lines going, you know, off to the side from it. And it even has like little weird triangle patterns right going along with those lines. So what could that be? With, you know, like looks like bars and little triangles. Then you see the light. It's all kind of cool looking shapes. And then with steam and smoke or fog or something. It's scaffolding. Scaffolding holding up a light fixture for like a rock concert or something, like a prop, you know. And so like you can even see in some of the other pictures how it's got like a little ball of light under it that's got a bunch of like, looks like a kind of like a disco ball, you know. It's like it's a stage prop. It's in a venue somewhere. So once you figure that out, you can say, oh, okay, well, you have to add all that shit together. You know, that's what does it. That's what seals the deal. And you adjust the filters and keep looking until eventually you come to this, and then you can clearly see it. You know, it's like you gotta put in the work adjusting the filters. I couldn't just do it all with auto pixeler. I go through a bunch of other programs, but because there's no one program that'll do it all. But you know, it can happen. I mean, look at the spot up here. See? So that's what it is, you know, 100%. And see, everybody gets, even I get fooled. Now look at these. These pictures came out a couple months ago. This was supposed to be these Navy UFOs that everyone was going fucking crazy about. Now we don't even have to do any photo manipulation. We don't have to do anything. We could see it, just look at it and say, okay, so that glowing light on it, that's not glowing light. It's a fire. That thing is smoking. All right. And then this thing, just the way they look, you're like, something doesn't look right. You know, they look inflatable. They look like some type of balloon. But see, that's when we get to the whole realm of out of, you know, video manipulation or photoshopping into history. You got to know history, and that will help you bust shit out too. Like this right here with a famous UFO. No, it's a observable being launched by submarines and Navy boats. That's something that they do. That's something that they did back then. And they, you know, and they did it up into the 70s and everything. And you have to just know your history and look around and say, okay, what do we know about the situation? Well, it was the Navy. It looked like a big blimp, you know. It looked like it was crashing into the water. So you research, you do some history, and you come to find stuff like this. And you say, okay, there it is. That's the answer. That's how a good way to go about debunking is knowing your history about stuff, is learning and keeping everything in mind when you're looking at it. All right, so here's a debunk video from our friend Kevin Sizemore. This is his first time debunking, so we'll go over it and we'll give any advice and what you guys think and how everything looks and works, and just check it out.
First debunk video. Seen about it? No, there's not. You know why there's nothing interesting about it? Well, because it's a Chinese lantern. And I'm so sick of seeing orange orbs on YouTube classified as UFOs. See an orange orb, it's nothing. It's a balloon.
All right, well, he gets points for nailing that because that's exactly what it is. It is a Chinese lantern. However, just because you see an orange orb doesn't mean it's always a balloon or a Chinese lantern. I have seen UFOs that look like just balls of orange light. So we have to remember that too. But if we can find a way to compare them, that's when we know
Yeah,
we're onto something.
Robert Bingham, he summoned a orange glowing Chinese lantern. These lanterns, I see them all the time. This is what they look like. There's nothing spectacular about them.
So how do we know that these are Chinese lanterns? That's what we want to be able to do, is make sure that people, we have an answer for them. Although he is correct, they are Chinese lanterns, but we want to be able to explain and show people why we believe they are what they are. Or everyone could just say, well, that's conjecture, that's hearsay, that's what you're an opinion. Well, like when you see, like just going off his video right here, seeing a line of them, seeing like 6, 7, 8 of them in a row is a dead giveaway for Chinese lanterns, because that's how they're released. They're released like one at a time usually, and you'll see them in a long line floating in through the sky. That's an indicator of Chinese lanterns 100%.
Try and show one more thing. I was looking for the helicopter filming one. Like, depending on the infrared, what the camera used, if they had it in color, you would see orange flare, like a fire. I'm not going to hold off too much longer. Thank you, UFO Proof. I accepted your challenge, and hopefully more people will follow.
Oh, thank you very much, Kevin. You did a great job, and that's exactly what we need to do. Everybody look and see what's real, what's not. Take the time to think and study and compare stuff together. He did a great job. A+, you guys. All right, one last thing before I go. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Tony Wild. He's an earlier subscriber of mine from when I first started my channel, and he wrote me the nicest, coolest fucking email ever. I mean, it made my head so fucking big, it fucking exploded. I had to clean that shit up off the wall. It was fucking awesome. Thank you so much. It's so cool to fucking, a lot of times I'll get emails about people asking me to debunk this or look at that or whatever, that's what I do. That's what I like, and I got this email that's just giving me props, man, just saying how, cool I was, and I mean, it was just fucking, it was one of the coolest emails I've ever gotten. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, UFO Proof out.